Hi all. Today we will talk about a case of spirophakia with anterior subluxation and more than 180 degrees loss of zonules. Hereby, starting with the case, you can see the sclerocorneal tunnel being made, and after that you can see paracentesis being made diagonally opposite paracentesis. They are being made on purpose because my plan is cataract extraction with a primary iris claw, so I need my paracentesis to be diagonally opposite. Trypan blue is being injected and being washed off. Inject a viscoelastic. My plan A would be, I would like to do a rhexis, somehow do a rhexis and aspirate away the lens. So while attempting the rhexis, you can see the wrinkling of the anterior capsule suggesting weak zonules. I still try to complete the rhexis somehow. I find a lot of resistance. So I thought I'll switch to a micro rhexis forceps and complete the rhexis and enlarge it as much as I can. So zonules were not letting me to do a big rhexis, so I try to finish the rhexis and I inject the visco into the tunnel and make a clear corneal entry to do a hydrodissection and delineation. So you can see me doing the hydrodissection and delineation. This is the time I realized the density of the cataract was not as soft as I expected. So it is not so soft that I can just aspirate it away, but now this is the time I had to switch to plan B. Anyways, I had the rhexis support. I thought I'll break the remaining zonules with the rhexis as a handle. So that is what I am doing. I'm using the rhexis margin as a handle and trying to break the remaining zonules, because without the support of this rhexis, it would have been difficult to break the zonules and I would have caused a lot of vitreous disturbance. Now with the irrigation on, I am trying to put a viscoelastic so that sudden AC fluctuations won't be there. Once the viscoelastic is inside, I take out the irrigation, replenish the viscoelastic and complete the entry. Once the entry is done, I would like to deliver the cataractus lens using a vectus. So I am dialing the nucleus with the bag into the AC. So I tried to remove the entire lens with the vectus. It was partially successful. By depressing the posterior lip of the tunnel, I just deliver the remaining by the visco expression technique. So I was trying to deliver the remaining part. Now I inject a small amount of pilocarpine because it helps in two ways. Once makes the pupil round. Now I check the patency of the iris claw haptics and put it inside the eye. You can see the PI being already made because this patient presented to us with the anteriorly subluxated lens with secondary angle closure. So we had to do a PI to relieve his pain. Now iris claw is being dialed in horizontal position so that it is easy to tuck. So the position of the eyelets is such that they come exactly over the paracentesis. So first haptic is being tucked inside, the iris is tented up and the second instrument is trying to search for the haptics, and once I find the haptics, I just dip it and click. Yes, the first haptic is enclaved. Now replenish the visco, hold the second haptic close to optic haptic junction and try to tuck it with the second instrument. Once it is in position, once you feel that optic apprehension, just click it. Yes, you can see that pinch in the iris. So thorough viscoelastic wash is done. The pupil is still round, indicates that there is no disturbance of the hyaloid phase. Once thorough viscoelastic wash is done, I would like to suture my tunnel because patient didn't have any astigmatism pre-op. So I didn't want to induce any. So I would like to suture the tunnel, though it is self-sealing, and close the conjunctiva with a cautery. After that, I inject gentamicin and dexamethasone subconjunctivally. You can see the pupil is still round, indicating that there is no disturbance of the hyaloid phase and proper tucking of the iris claw lens. So these are the day 1 post-op pictures. The cornea is quite clear. Yes, thank you.